as requested, I'm going to do a Chassidus Cook YouTube channel. This was formerly Chabad of YouTube, but I'm not limited to just Chabad, so now I'm doing my own little shtick now. No more of these 30-minute shiurim where people can't follow that long. I'm just going to have quick Devar Torahs and songs and whatever inspires people towards Yiddishkeit. So I just started a TikTok thing, but maybe I'll do YouTube since more people like YouTube. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to do something interesting right now. It's called Pick a Page, Any Page. Now this is the Sefer. Let me see. It's backwards, sorry. It's Living Emunah. I'm going to pick any page right here, and we're going to discuss it. This is Living Emunah on Parnassa. So those that are having trouble with earning a livelihood, I'm going to do this. And now I just opened up to chapter 52. It's only 2 pages. What is it? 2.5 pages. I'll read it and we'll discuss it. Jack's wedding was called off for 4 days before it was scheduled to take place, leaving him shattered and confused. He decided to travel from his home in Brooklyn to visit a friend in Miami, hoping a change of scenery would help clear his head. While preparing to go, he prayed to Hashem to please give him the chizuk he so desperately needed by somehow showing him clearly that he is the one in control. Good thing to have in mind, Hashem is the boss, he's in control. When he arrived in Florida, his friend introduced him to Yosef, one of his other friends. That evening, Jack and Yosef spoke at length. Yosef told Jack he had gotten married several years earlier at age 20. He moved to Florida from Brooklyn and was $40,000 in debt at the time. A wealthy member of the Florida community became aware of this plight and gave him $10,000 to help him get back on his feet. Be'ezus Hashem, he said, this money will bring you good mazel. COVID hit soon afterwards and Yosef was home thinking of ways to earn a living. He put the money toward an Amazon-based business and began selling products online. Within a year, he earned over $500,000, repaid his debts, and was able to enjoy some peace of mind. He invested some money with a broker and soon saw a large return. He invested with him again with the same fortunate result. At that point, Yosef confided, I gave the broker $200,000 of my money to invest, and I haven't heard from him since. I called him multiple times, but it seems that he ran away with my money. I had a situation where I worked for a guy fundraising, and he took off with everybody's money, $500,000, and went to Israel. Fortunate, but sometimes Hashem tests us like this. So Jack felt bad for Yosef. I'll be in Florida for a few days, he said. During that time, I'll dedicate myself to helping you find the broker. The next day, they began their search and discovered that the broker had been killed the previous night. Oh, so it wasn't even a scam. Allegedly by the mafia. He gambled with people's money and messed with the wrong people. Hey, Gewalt. The broker's estranged family refused to tend to his burial, giving instructions for cremation instead. Rahman al-Salam, cremation. Even for a wicked Jew. Jack and Yosef knew they had to stop this desecration of a Jewish body and heroically offered to pay for the burial. With the help of a rabbi, they were given permission to the family to bury the man. Not only did Yosef lose $200,000 investing with his broker, but he was willing to take thousands of dollars from his own pocket to pay for his burial. They conducted a very small funeral and personally carried the coffin to the cemetery afterward. At the funeral, Yosef placed his hand on the coffin and addressed the deceased man. I completely forgive you for taking $200,000 from me, he said. I have no claims against you. Machoil lecha, machoil lecha, machoil lecha. That was an amazing display of Vitzer, absolving someone from an enormous debt so he would not have to face the consequences of his transgression in the next world. The very next day, Yosef earned $200,000 from a stock investment. When Jack found out about this, he was floored by the clear manifestation of Hashem's Hashgacha Protis. Yosef forgave someone for absconding with his $200,000 one day and earned back the same sum the very next. Jack thanked Hashem for giving him the chizuk he needed in so many ways and for allowing him to see the Yad Hashem so clearly. The rabbi was involved in helping them with the burial. Developed close ties to Jack, and now he gives him chizuk on a weekly basis by phone. Furthermore, Jack said when he was carrying the body with Yosef to the cemetery, he got a reality check of how precious life is and now appreciates his life so much more. Be'ezus Hashem, he'll find his real zivug very soon. Meanwhile, Hashem answered his tefillah in a wondrous way, bringing him to meet the people who would help him the chizuk he needed. That's Gavaldik. Basically, once again, everything's Hashgacha Protis, and everything's in Hashem's hands. I've been learning this all week, but one is not to get angry. One is not to take revenge on someone. It's terrible. And one could have, in his situation, fried out because he lost money. He could have lost Emunah. He could have went and did drugs. He could have looked at inappropriate stuff online. But what did he do? He did the right thing and helped with the burial of someone that was not nice to him. He did a Kiddush Hashem. May we all learn that everything has Hashgacha Protis. Zai Gezun.